All right, we shot to 100 subscribers way faster than I thought I would. I woke up this morning and saw we were at exactly 100. I thought it would take a couple weeks given the normal growth rate, but I guess people must be excited to get into a free giveaway. I want to split this into 3 lots. I would prefer that you just enter one of them so I could spread out the wealth, but nothing's stopping you from entering multiple. Like, let's say that you want to give the beginner set to somebody else. That's fine. So I was going to split this into 3. The first one being this, and I might repeat myself a little bit in this because I recorded 2 little segments that I'm going to insert in here that might have some of the same information again. But I was going to give away a beginner set like this, and I'll go over the rules later. This would have this set of lock picks, this Master 141, and this one will be easy to enter to get into. All right, for the first item, I have this Master Lock 141D. This, if you're new to lock picking, and preferably if you don't have any picks yet, or if you're interested in it and don't have picks, I have this set of picks that came with a hacker box. I think you get these super cheap off Amazon. I would not recommend you buying these picks. So they're just going to be part of a giveaway. They'll get you into simple things like this Master Lock, but they do not have any quality to them. We can see that they arrive with a nice bend to them that should not be there. So that indicates that this is a very soft metal. It's not been hardened in any way. So you want to be gentle with these. And I figure this will get you into a few like master locks and things like that. If you like it, then you can, at that point, you can buy a real set of picks. If you don't like it, you can give it away to a friend and then they can try it out. A nice set of picks will be a little less frustrating to learn with. But these will get you a flavor, I guess. These tensioners does come with a Z-bar and this other tensioner. This is too big to work on. This is a small lock. This is too big to work on this lock, but other ones you might be able to use. And this tensioner here, again, it can go down there, but you can use this for top keyway like this, right? But it's way too long, so this needs to be cut down. And if you win this and you want, just tell me and I'll cut it down for you if you want. Otherwise, you cut it down yourself, or you can use it as is. But if you use it like this, like I'm using right here, you're going to introduce a lot of difficulty. It's going to be a lot harder than if it was cut down. And yeah, I can already feel I'm going to have a hard time on this this lock because of this tensioner. So let's try getting in. All right, I got to click from number 1. Number 2 is binding. It's hard to stay on that. There's a click from 2. 3 feels springy. 4 feels like it's binding. Click from 4, so we'll go back to 3 that was springy before. Feels like it's binding, and we're open. So I went 1, 2, 4, 3. So when you try to pick this, that's probably your binding order, 1, 2, 4, 3. And again, it was quite a bit harder to do because of this this tensioner. So I'll cut that down if you want. Just let me know. So that's the first set of items, and I'll tell you what word to leave with your comment in order to be put in for this one. So all you gotta do is leave a comment with that word in it, and you'll be entered for this one. The second set I wanted to give away would be more the middle tier, like intermediate set. I have, this is not the one, I have one, but it was supposed to come yesterday. It got delayed by the mail. But I'm gonna give a reload kit. This reload kit, I like it. I use it all the time. Comes with 2 pinning mats. I have other pinning mats, but these are the ones that I always use in my videos. I might use a different one pretty soon because I have one coming. But they're nice. It comes with a follower, which is really good for removing these back caps from a Schlage style end cap. It's got this little pattern on there that goes, and you can unscrew that cap, which has a little pin you have to push down while you're unscrewing it, and this will take care of that for you. And then you can use it as a follower. It'll fit in there. It comes with 4 keys. They're supposed to progress a they're for their reload lock or their revolver lock that Sparrows has. There are 3 5-pin keys in here with pins for those keys, so you can repin it using this. But there's also a 6-pin key. I'm going to give a Schlage lock with this that you could repin. This is only a 5-pin, so if you want to use a 6-pin key, you're going to have to find a 6-pin Schlage lock. It has extra tail pins and springs because you might launch that into space one time when you're disassembling this. And it also comes with, which I really like, these security driver pins. So you get serrated pins, spools, mushrooms, and then some standard pins. So you could repin those driver pins to do some security locks. So that all comes in there. So I'll go ahead and throw in a Schlage so you have something to use that pinning kit on. Overkill number of keys, 4 keys for this one. Did I impression one? No, these are all. And then I'll include this 3D printed holder so that you can pick it in hand if you don't have a vise. So that will be, and then also, this is my set of core shims, but I'll include a new set. These are really good for when you go to gut a lock. You can slide that shim in, and that'll hold all the pins in place, and then you can put your follower through. And that way, if there's any sort of gap between, like for example, let's say that the back of your lock had this kind of shape on it, so you'd have that big gap there as you're pushing it through. Or maybe if you were following like this, you'd have this gap here that pins could drop into. If you have a shim that just bridges that between the plug and the follower, you can prevent those pins from dropping. So shim's always good to use when you're disassembling. I don't use these often enough, and I've run into situations where I've had to bang the lock on the table like crazy to try to get those pins out of there. So shims can help with that. And then the main one, I'll put in a video on this. There's the Zarker J45S. I have a video on my channel that just seems to constantly get hits, which is the J45. Every week it seems to get 1 or 2 hits. I just keep watching this one. It's a disc detainer lock, so I figure I'll give one of these away. It has, I think it has 6 discs looking at the back of this, so not particularly difficult. And I'll include this Chinese disc detainer lockpick set. Here's my set of these. And what I'll probably do is I'll probably actually open this up and take this tool and I'll sand this and solder that tip on there, because the first thing that's going to happen, you're going to put this in, you're going to turn it, and that tip's going to break off. So I'll go ahead and apply that little fix before I send that out. This one is unmodified, so I'll use the unmodified one, and I'll go ahead and pick this open to show how that works. Okay, so we have it up in the vise. We'll line all the wheels up with each other, and then we'll turn it sideways. It looks like it wants to go about 45 degrees before it gets stuck. Put this in here, and that first one turned much further. How far did that one turn? Turned about 90 degrees when I put my tension on. And then we'll start at the back. Okay, so that first one turned all the way to the right. We'll go to the next one. So this one should be, I think there are 6 discs in here. So that's 6th disc. Hopefully I'm on it. No depth markings on here. let's see. Okay, that's the 6th one there. Come up 1. So hopefully I'm on the 5th one now. It feels like it might be in gate. 4th one. That feels like a gate. 3rd one. 3rd one is kind of floating around. Let's put extra tension on, see if I can feel anything. No. 3rd one's just kind of floating around. 2nd one. Might still be that 3rd one there. That one just feels like it's floating. Yeah, and now I'm as high up as I can go. Oh no, wait, I can go higher. Yeah, that feels like it's in a gate. Let's go to the next one. No, not feeling anything on this one. This one just seems to be floating around. That's strange. All right, so that one just not binding at all. Let's try to find the next one. Feels like he's in a gate. All right, I'm gonna go down to the bottom one. And this one I can grab tension on because this one I think is a maximum set one. And then I gotta undo this front. Well, I gotta set the front wheel. All right, the front wheel doesn't feel like it's front one doesn't feel like it's binding. Oh wait, there. I think the gate's right there. That's the gate, but it didn't open with this back ones. That means that not everything's set yet, right? So what I'm going to do is put the tension back on the front. That means that something inside is not set yet. So let's try. Okay, for some reason when I did that, I was able to turn the front a ton. The front was kind of sticking, and then when I did that, the front turned. I'm going to put tension on the back again. I'm going to see about... Oh. Okay. So, some reason when I set the 5th disc, the front suddenly lost its tension and it went all the way around. So that was setting the 5th disc. Then I went back, tensioned off the 6th disc, and while I was tensioning that, I pulled this one back to get to position, and I got an open. So the main reason for this was just to show with this Chinese DD lock, this Chinese disc detainer pick, you can get into a lock unmodified. So this thing hasn't been modified. Of course, you're going to want to modify it heavily, and you can buy extra ones of these tips. They're called pin ejectors, and then you need like a Dremel with a diamond cutoff tool, and you can grind it down to shape, and you can get into all kinds of good stuff with that. I haven't done a lot of disc detainer locks. What have I gotten? I got into the Zarker, and I got into the anchor lass, and I have. I think next I want to get into an Abus that I have. So it'll definitely work. I mean, obviously I have the Sparrows one, which has the markings on it, but I'm thinking of putting markings on these and trying them out as well, because the Sparrows one, it's only it's only front tensioning, so it's just like this one, you only tension from the front. I've modified this down so I can tension from the rear and then pick, right? And so I'll probably be using this one on the Abus. So that's going to be in there. And then this one is this is for front tensioning, and this is so you can tension off the rear or off the rear. But this one has been extremely modified compared to the one that's in here. I don't know if you can see that through there. You see I've really shaved down the end of that to be much thinner, so that it can go in the spacers between discs. And I've thinned this down so it doesn't pick up multiple discs at the end there. I've also thinned down the shaft so that it will fit down and turn in, which lock? One of the ABUS locks that it wasn't able to fit in. So those are all kinds of things you can do to it. You can buy, maybe I'll throw in a couple extra pin ejectors. They come with this big cylinder at the end, so you need to really cut it down with a Dremel or something like that. Hopefully if you're entering, you'll have a Dremel. If not, I'm not giving one away. Another thing I'll include in here is this van lock with a pair of keys. It's brand new. I did a picking video on this recently. So there's a nice little van lock. You don't see these, I don't see these really on eBay or anywhere. So I'll throw one of those in. And I'll throw in this cheap but very nice plug spinner. So it has the bits in the back here, just in case you're wondering where there's some bits right here. And you slap one of these bits in the front, and you put that into, let's say you've picked the lock maybe you picked it the wrong direction, right? Because it was easier, or because you picked it and you didn't realize which way it goes. You push this, you spin the tip, and it locks into place. Stick that in, push a button, and it'll zip the plug past the shear line without dropping the pins, hopefully, and you'll have it spun the other direction. Another thing is, if you have a lock picked open, right, and then then you want to close it afterwards, since it's in that picked open position, you don't have to make it closed, pick it again to lock it. You can just stick the plug spinner in, zip it, and then you can lock it and then put it back to the unset position, right? So I'll include that. I think it comes with a little hex key to swap the bits out, but they're here in the base, because first time I got this I was like, where are the bits? So that's what I'll include. I should have included the 2 videos by now on picking these 2 locks and how to get in. I'll run this until October 11th because October 11th is a special day for me. I might actually not even, that's kind of silly because I might be busy that day, but I'll figure out how to get the drawing video in then. If you want the starter package, you need to subscribe. I would prefer if you like the video, but that's not really a requirement. It would be nice. And then leave a comment and have the word starter in the comment. STARTER, right? It's spelled right here. So have that in your comment, and I'll send that out to you. Well, if you win, I'll send that out to you. So I'll pick one of the people who have that comment by October 11th. If you want the middle one, where you get the reload kit, the shims, the schleg, then include the word middle in your comment. Okay. And I'll put you in the drawing for that. And then if you want the main set, you're gonna have to work for this one. I want you to pick a lock that has at least 6 pins in it, and certain ones are going to be excluded because it's going to have to be a pin tumbler lock with bottom of keyway tension. So just a 6-pin lock, bottom of keyway tension. You know, if you do security pins, that'd be cool. Doesn't have to be. Just any pin tumbler with 6 pins and bottom of keyway tension. Put the hashtag Norlin100 so I can find it. You can leave a comment on the video with a link to your video. Makes it easy too, just in case I can't find it with the Norlin100 hashtag for whatever weird reason. I should be able to find it. And then I'll put you in for that. That drawing for that. So that's what I have. Hopefully they'll pique some people's interests. And we'll see. I think, yeah, this list, I added corncob to this list. Only a few days left on this one. So if you think you should be on this list, but you're not, let me know. Again, I said you might have forgotten the word to include the word, but that will be on the 15th. So yeah, that's it. Hopefully we'll get a lot of entries. Appreciate it. Thanks.